Happy Sunday, everybody. It's me. I'm in the parking lot of Floor and Decor. I did an impromptu turn the car around because I am going to be doing some backsplash in my kitchen. I do not like the backsplash in my current house. Don't like it. I haven't liked it. I knew I wouldn't like it, but I understood that I could change that. So I'm going to see if they have some tile here that can inspire me. And if so, you know what I decided to do? I decided to be scandalous. I decided to, if I find it, I'm gonna grab a few so I can take it home and put it against the wall, make sure it's what I want, and then start planning around that so I can just start making it happen. I did something similar yesterday. My favorite color, dark color, because I get asked often, kind of fun fact, I've helped people with remodel projects. I've helped with design work. I used to think I assumed I wasn't good at it, but what I learned and recognized over the last couple years is I'm actually really good at it. Not doing the manual labor part of it, but I have an awesome person. His name's Anthony. He does a fantastic job. And the team does, but more so with just the design work. So I picked up a gallon of cracked pepper. Either today or Tuesday, I'm going to be painting this like nook area in my hallway so that I can start getting the house closer to what I envisioned, because I have a Pinterest board going. I moved in the end of July, and I'm ready just to start making the best of my situation, right? It's not my ideal home, but it's a gorgeous house. I'm blessed beyond that I was able to get a house, so I'm thankful for that, right? But I still get to make it my own for the time being while I'm there. And so anyway, so I'm gonna be working on that, but I'm hopping on real quick. I stopped earlier at Walmart. Y'all, I live out in Arizona. For those of you that don't know, my allergies kick my booty. So in the morning, my eyes are puffy, my face is puffy. I have to take a Zyrtec, and then it like kind of goes away. I went into this Walmart. I'm thinking to myself, am I freaking allergic to Walmart? I don't know. My eyes couldn't stop running. My nose was running. I'm like, anybody walking through would think I'm sick, and I'm not. It just started up while I was there. I left Walmart. I'm fine. So that's interesting. No puffy eyes. But I went to go grab stuff. I needed a big old steamer for the tamales. I'm going to be making some client tamales today. And I'm also making tamales for later this week because I'm going to be handing some out to those in need. I love giving food. For some reason, something about knowing that you can fill someone's belly, to me is like a love language. So I'm going to be doing that. But anyways, I'm hopping on because I wanted to share something with you guys. Co-parenting. I have promised to share my co-parenting journey. I don't want to say to inspire you. I want to say so that you know you're not by yourself. I think it matters a lot. I am single. I am not dating anybody. I am not with anybody. I don't know the answer to that, quite honestly. I don't know if I want to date somebody. I don't know if I want to be with somebody. I have no idea. What I know without a doubt is I am enjoying this season of being single. I really am. I am learning, like today. Yes, would it be awesome that you can grab your significant other and you could go run these errands to the carniceria, to Walmart, to Floor and Decor, or whatever? Sure, I get it. But it's just as freaking awesome to hop in the car by yourself, have the sunroof open, the window open, great tunes on, and do it by yourself. It's kind of great. And you're not waiting on anybody. You can still get coffee for one. You can have an enjoyable morning for party of one, and so on. But with co-parenting, and the reason why I have this extra time today, and even yesterday, because I got quite a bit done, is my boys, the younger ones. So my older three are out of the nest, okay? I love them. They love me back. They are from my first ex-husband. So that's been for a long time. Like, him and I finished a long time ago. We get along very well. And, but this other, my now second ex-husband, I'll just leave that at that for now, okay, on this video. But anyway, so we share two younger kiddos. So my second ex-husband, we share the two younger ones, 8 and 6 year olds. If you've been following me or know me on social media, it's Baker and Witten, 8 and 6. This year, they were supposed to be with me for fall break. And so I work, but also know it's their fall break. So kind of made loose plans. I've learned, because with kids to begin with, you just have to have loose plans. And then when you have work and you have life and whatever, but for the most part, I had it scheduled out. They were going to be with their dad on Thanksgiving Day. And the way that the parenting agreement reads is that they are with their dad Thanksgiving Day, and then they get dropped off. Something food for thought for you guys that are going to be going through a divorce process, or are thinking about it, or are going through it now, or you're about to, whatever, if you're going to modify your parenting plan, whatever. Food for thought, you guys. I think what I'm learning a lot of things along the way about our parenting plan. One thing that I recognize is, in the moment when you're doing a parenting plan, sometimes your emotions are like just charged up, right? And so in my case, from my perspective, what I was trying to do when we were going through mediation and creating the parenting plan is, I was mentally exhausted. My heart was exhausted. Not a kind divorce, to say the least, in my situation. And so at that point, I just had the thought process of whatever he wants, just let him do whatever he wants, because he's already doing whatever he wants. I didn't serve him, he served me with papers. And so what I've learned, though, is in the process, I'm a very big planner. You might know me through YouTube. I have a planner YouTube channel. Like, I literally am a planner gal through and through. But one of the things was, in this case, this year, and it'll happen next year because of our parenting plan, is this year I'm supposed to have them for the fall break, and then he would have them Thanksgiving. But you also have to take into consideration your custody, right? So we're a 5225 custody agreement on the exchange days. So what that means is, this year, for example, I would have had them short term for the week instead of a full week worth, because he gets them Thanksgiving, and then it would be his weekend. So just food for thought. If you're going to be doing that, I think a great idea is flip-flopping that, right? To make sure that in essence you would be getting full-time, so that you can travel, or you can, just have the kids a little bit longer. So food for thought, not a right or wrong answer, just my 10 cents. But anyway, so the boys were going to be with me, and I got an email from him, because we go through our family wizard. That's the only method of communication that we have. So he had reached out. His mom's actually in town, and she's going to be here till month end. She's older, and he had mentioned that it might be one of her last trips, if not her last trip here. And so this is the thing. When it comes to co-parenting, I think that you have two options. Him and I do not communicate. We keep it to a minimum. We keep it only through an app. So we do not have phone conversation. We don't have text message. I am not sad about this fact. I am okay with this fact. It is truly for the best for myself, for my mental health, for my physical health, and just there's a lot of benefits. So I'm very grateful that the judge appointed that. I will say, though, that when it comes to the sake of your kids, and something that is important to me, I created some boundaries for myself when it came to this situation, because I do not have this situation with my first ex-husband at all, by any stretch of the imagination. We can communicate, we talk, we argue from time to time, but at the end of the day, we know that we love and respect each other, and we love and respect our kids. But this situation is different, and I'm having to embrace the fact that it's just a different situation, right? Just like they tell you not to compare your kids. But all that to say, when I got that email from him, technically, yeah, you can be firm about that, and you could say, no, it's my time, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely not. I didn't. It was effortless for me to say, absolutely, they can spend some extra time with the kids so that his mom has extra time with our boys. And why? Because it's their grandma. And why? Because family matters. And why? Because it's the right thing to do for my kids. And at the end of the day, I don't even want to say it ruined my plans, because to know that they get that time with their grandma, those are moments where, big picture, I chose, when he served me with divorce papers, y'all, I chose to take the high road. I chose, and he stripped me of my dignity. He stripped me of everything, okay? Like, if you only knew. What I chose to do was always do the right thing, because what I knew, I believe in God, and I always wanted to do the right thing, because I knew that my boys mattered to me. And so I let him know that he could have them all week. So I haven't had the kids. I dropped them off yesterday morning. They're going to stay with them until the 27th of this month, and then we'll do exchange day for Monday. And I felt good about my decision. I felt good about my decision. I felt good about my decision because I knew it was right. And the boys were a little overwhelmed because they're used to their schedule and their routine. So had to make, this is where the kids, you know, I try to do things that are age and kid appropriate. So at first their instinct was that they didn't want to do that. They wanted to stick to the schedule. And I had to remind them, like, guys, Bush is in town. Like, you get to spend some time with her, and she wants nothing more than to spend time with you. And it's a good thing to have that quality time. So I had to really encourage them. The youngest one, we compromised. He's 6. So I told him I would, you know, I said, what if we pack you a suitcase and you can take things that remind you of home, right? And then he was like, okay. He asked all the questions that he needed to ask to feel better about it. And again, a little reluctant, but it worked, right? We got that. He went the next day. I sent him he wanted juice boxes and a couple of his Halloween candies because he knows he's not going to get to eat his candy when he's not there. Made it comfortable for him. And then the 8-year-old wished that we had at least a couple days together in a row. And I could tell he was getting homesick before we were even going out the door. And so we just agreed, hey, if you get homesick, you just ask Dad to call me and FaceTime me. Because remember, Mom's still going to be home. I'm working. I'm doing day to day. But my phone is always with me, and we can FaceTime, and it's going to be great. But remember, time with Busha, your grandma, is a good thing. Like, it's a good thing. I think that's where parents, we get to control it, right? I could have gone into the drama of trying to raise anxiety in them. What's the point of that? There is no point of that. And at the end of the day, this is where you get to be the parent. And as a parent, you get to, when they know that they're safe, if you own your decisions you make, they feel safe and comfortable. So for example, I don't talk about any of the divorce stuff. I don't talk about any of the arguments. I don't do any of that. And anybody that knows me knows that when my boys are around, I don't even talk to my lawyers. They know, nope, it's my time with my kids. I don't even want the air to be polluted with any of those conversations. I don't want the oxygen breathed in by my boys to have anything to do with our situation, because that's grown-up stuff, not children's stuff. So with that said, I want to encourage you. It's not easy, but it is easy. It's not easy because you have to be selfless. It is easy because you're choosing to be selfless for the sake and the love of your children. And that's what matters. So they've opened. I'm going to go look at these dang tiles. Follow me on Instagram if you want. Follow me on my Facebook if you want. I'll make sure to post pictures of, if I find the backsplash, tiles, and what I am choosing, or my options. But I see you. I love you. You matter to me. You matter to me. I'm proud of you. If you are going through something tough right now, y'all, we can kick ass and take names. It's mindset. Choose one micro milli decision at a time. It's okay. Sometimes we can't make big ones. Open the sunroof, open the windows, listen to some music that fills your heart. But I'm here for you. If you want me to talk about anything, divorce, once, twice, a lot of kids, jobs, working 2 jobs because you're trying to provide for legal fees and regular fees, whatever it is that you want me to talk about, let me know in my comments. I'm happy to talk about it, and I will see you soon. Bye.